I've been running Tucson Barbell CLub now for going on 10 years. And, I get a lot of people that want to be crossover athletes, and they come to me from all different types of disciplines and backgrounds: bodybuilding, general fitness, uh, endurance athletes, CrossFit. And then over the years, people have asked me, I love doing my CrossFit workout. I want to supplement. I want to get good at powerlifting too. And I used to, yeah, we'll accommodate you. We'll work your programming around it, and we'll help you become stronger and use the powerlifting programming as kind of some supplemental strength work. And recently, I have absolutely stopped doing that at all. And one of the reasons is nothing against CrossFit or any other type of training. But when it comes to becoming a power lifter, if you were kind of immersed in two different philosophies, it is hard to keep your foot in one philosophy and then trying to work a completely different energy system as a power lifter. It's not that it's impossible, but what happens is you end up just kind of being decently okay or crappy at both. And that's just the truth of it. Last year, or a little over a year ago, I decided to train for a half marathon and do a powerlifting meet. And I did it. And I had probably one of my most mediocre half marathon times and my worst powerlifting meet ever. Did decent, but nowhere near my capability on either one because I was pushing two different energy systems. One's an endurance system and one is a pure strength system. And it just ended up beating my body up. Same goes for CrossFit. The reason is I get people who are doing CrossFit and coming and doing 3 days a week of powerlifting, and they'd go and do CrossFit 2 or 3 or 4 days a week. And there's no way to really program for that. When we're training for powerlifting, we are continually pushing the body by manipulating volume and intensity. And there are certain periods where we are really trying to limit the fatigue in the body when you're powerlifting. Yes, there's phases where we build some more fitness in the muscle and volume. But as you start lifting heavier weights and expressing your strength, fatigue is a killer in powerlifting. And so a lot of our programming is around prepping the body to lift heavy without trashing it and trashing your nervous system. And when you have a sport or a philosophy like CrossFit, which gets you really good at being strong and conditioned and good at a little bit of everything, it also has a high fatigue factor in it, where it's always pushing more density and more volume in your training. And so what happens almost every time is I'd have someone who's coming in for a powerlifting session, and we're ready to lift a certain percentage of weight that day for squats, let's say, and the day before they got done with their CrossFit WOD, and they've done, we did 100 thrusters yesterday with this and that. And I'm like, wow, well, we can't really do squat effectively today because you have a ton of fatigue from yesterday's workout. Let's do bench. Well, as a part of that workout, we also did, 50 or 100 kipping pull-ups with push-up and burpees. Well, there's so much systemic fatigue in that you're really good at becoming really fit for CrossFit and doing some of those things. But there's no way to also peak your body in strength and express your strength because there's just way too much fatigue built up. And I finally reached the point where I will not take on people who effectively want to do both things. Yes, I'll help someone become a little stronger who's doing a different philosophy, but I will no longer take people who want coaching from me that still want to do other things like CrossFit or Orange Theory or F45 or any of those other things that they want to do, because powerlifting needs a focus. Yes, you should still condition and do conditioning work if you're a powerlifter, but it needs to be structured in a way that's not going to trash your nervous system and cause your recovery to be extended, because it's not going to help you become better at strength and becoming a stronger athlete for the sport of powerlifting, or just peaking strength in general. So that's kind of my take on it. There's nothing wrong with doing those other things, but if you say you want to focus on pure strength, then there isn't a place for those other methodologies in it if you truly want the most out of your strength work. And so I would say that you want to have a season for everything, and focus on those and that type of training, where maybe you have a season of powerlifting or strength training, and then add those other things back into your life. All right. Anyway, just wanted to touch base on that.